Well, it looks like I'm pretty well set up and ready to go here. Everything's up in place. The car's been washed at least half a dozen times just to be sure it's ready. The nose is ready. I have my stand to stand on. My air compressor has been drained of water. I have the hose running over here. I have the actual hose I use here to paint, which will be laying on the floor a lot. So if you ever paint a car, remember that when you put your paint gun over the roof and the hood, that hose is going over there with the paint gun. So make sure you always wipe that hose off before you reach across your car, because that hose is going to drag on the floor and it's going to pick up that dirt, dust, and you're going to be dropping on your paint job, which would really suck. Behind here, see my air compressor, I got my water separator and got my tack cloths, paint gun, my mask. Over here I have my cups, other things that I'm probably going to need throughout the day to do this. If you guys have never seen one of these are really cool. These are about $3 and they attach to the top of your paint can. They just snap in place. They're real secure. You know how you always make a big mess when you're trying to pour your paint out? Yeah, out of a gallon. This, you pull on it. It's going to be kind of hard to do with one hand. But you pull on it and you get a little funnel. And it opens up in the front so you can pour it. And in the back's an air hole. Let air in so you can pour it. This is really cool. Like I say, this is like $3. So when you're done, you can just throw it away, or you can leave it on your can and you can stack another can on top of this. It's just one of those things I think is really cool. It's going to save me a lot in lost paint by not spilling it. I'm going to grab my paint. I'm going to go out in the other shop and I'll show you how I shake it up. I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I'm sure I did, that when I'm not using this drill press, I use it to mount my paint shaker. And all it is bolted to the table. As you can see, it doesn't move. And it's really cool. I bought this long ago at Harbor Freight. And it was supposed to be on clearance because they weren't going to sell them anymore. But they did. They still sell them that I know of. But let me get this gallon can in here. Gallon can fits in there like that. All you gotta do is turn the handle, tighten it up, get it tight. That's pretty good. The paint can's in there. Got my air line right here. My air line just plugs in. Yeah, it does really. Like that. And all you gotta do is turn it on. There we go. We'll just sit there and shake that can, get that paint shaken up, and we'll be ready to spray. See you in just a little bit. Well, that's been about 5 minutes. So we should be really good on that. Get this stopped. Get taken out of here and take it up front, or I'm going to do my painting. My fan in the background already. One thing I wanted to show you, it's always a good idea to change out your filters. Just go ahead and put some new ones in your mask, paint mask. When I painted my red truck, these are the old ones. So you can see they've had it. They're done. So, you know, just for health reasons, you really should change them out. I'm going to get some stuff mixed up here. I'm going to wipe the car down with this tack cloth real quick. In case you didn't notice, I put it in a cup. These things are really tacky, and it's kind of good just to unfold them and everything and leave them just sit for a little bit before you use them. Kind of helps. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, there's my first coat. It's this nice little coverage coat. I mean, it doesn't cover everything yet. Gives you a good base. Yeah, you can hear that fan whirling. She's making some noise, but Notice it's not dusty in here. It's not cloudy. That's still drying. I just finished it. Give it some flash time here. So far, so good. I don't see anything lifting, nothing wrinkling, nothing crazy. I do need to get down in there a little better. I know when you get the vents on, you won't see them, but still like to get that covered a little bit more. But she's moving along. Later. Round 2, second coat. Gotta give it some flash time here. See, it's still wet. Some of it's already dried. That's number 2. Starting to get some good coverage now. There's some spots here and there that still need a little smacking. When I say smacking, a little more paint put on it. Yeah. Say round 2. I found a water spot, so I'm going to let this dry and I'm going to get rid of that before I go on any further. See it right there? Yeah, we don't want that. Another one right there. Yeah. So I'll let this dry, flash, then I'll knock that down with a little sandpaper. Then I'll go on. Say that's second coat. Getting there. That's my third and final. That's it. There's a couple spots in it where the water dripped. I don't understand that at all. I got a filter at my air compressor. I got a filter at my gun, and I'm still getting moisture. It's kind of crazy. So what I'll end up doing is letting this sit for about 20 minutes. Let it go ahead and flash out real good. And then I'll come back, right there's one of those water spots. And then I'll come back, knock down those water spots, and just touch up right there in those spots. Get it cleaned up. I don't want that in my clear. I mean, if it's in my base, I can sand it out. But if I let it go and put clear over it, I'm never going to get down to it. So that's where I'm at. Third and final coat. It looks pretty covered. I'm going to go get a bright flashlight and go over it and see if I see any light spots. I'll be back shortly. All right, got all those spots worked out. It's ready for clear. But I don't want to do the clear yet because I'm still doing the nose. The nose has to have that flex additive. So it has to be done separately. And I'm seeing these really little dinky marks in this thing. So I am going to try to wet sand them smooth and put some more coats on this. And when I clear coat the car, I'll have to add that flex additive to my clear for this. I'm really hoping it doesn't make the colors look different. It doesn't look like it's going to. But that's where I'm at right now. I'll be back. Okay, I got that taken care of. So it's ready for clear also. I've been at this now for a little over 4 hours. And I still haven't put the clear on yet. But I'm planning on putting on 4 coats of clear, because I do plan on cutting and buffing. The nose probably won't get that many because I really hate this nose and I don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe the car down with a tack rag, get that all dusted off, and I'm going to start getting ready to shoot clear. I'll show you as I go along each step, I guess, on first, second, third, and fourth coats. But it should pop after the first. I'll be back. Well, there's the first coat of clear. 1 coat down, 3 more to go. Like I said, I like 4 coats because I'm going to cut and buff. All right, let's get to that second coat. Okay, that's number 2. Whew, I am sweating. Can't believe I'm sweating. It's actually 71 outside. Perfect for painting. And how the hell this fan got turned around? That's crazy. Huh. Number 2, 2 more to go. That damn water got me. I can see it already. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can wet sand buff that out. That's why you put on all those layers, right? Alright. Time to get ready for number 3. I gotta let this flash for at least 10-15 minutes. Number 3. 3 coats of clear. Start throwing water again. Those little red inline filters. That's my 4th one I put on. So I keep draining my air compressor. It must be really humid out, but it's not. But I don't know. Maybe the air compressors are getting hot as it can be and really putting out water. It's a good thing I'm going to cut and buff because those water spots really do piss me off. But guess I got to live with it. So 1 more coat of clear and we're calling this done as far as painted and cleared. And then I have to go over there and start smacking that nose down. Got to get this nose done, man. Got to get it done. I can't wait till it's finished. You all know how much I hate these noses. I just can't wait to see it on the car and don't have to sand on it or touch it anymore. So I'll let this flash and come back and do 1 more coat and call this done on this side. Well, that's number 4. That's it. It's done. Ready to be wet sanded and buffed. Like I said, I still have some other small parts I have to do. I really got to get this water out of this car. Man, it's going to suck. I knew I'd have to cut and buff, but I'm just hoping I don't have to cut and buff that much. I mean, that water started pretty early on. Now I know I just need to change those little gun filters every couple cupfuls. You know, the heck, they're cheap. They're like 97 cents, so I should have just bought a case and just changed them every time, and that would have kept the water out of it. But hindsight, I know it's overkill, and I also know that this is a garage. This is a dirty garage. You know, I don't have a tens of $1,000 paint booth paint in, and this isn't no $10,000 paint job. So I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out, and I should be happy even though it has the water in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I mixed up my clear and added my flex additive. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do this bumper. I'll be back in a moment. There it is, nose done. My feet are sticking to the floor. That clear coat, I'll tell you. Nose done. Car's done. I'll probably come out later tonight and start on masking it. I'm not sure what time it is right now. I'll have to look. It's about 4 o'clock. I came out at 9. So 7 hours. 7 hours to put on 3 coats of paint, 4 coats of clear. But of course, I had to wait in between for it to flash, and I had to sand some bad parts out on the base coat before I actually clear coated and re-hit those. But then next is, like I would keep on saying here, is cutting and buffing, but I'm not in no hurry to get that done right now. So guess I'll go ahead and concentrate on masking, my next step. If you like these videos, please subscribe. Find them interesting. If you have any comments, go ahead and leave them, good or bad. Right? But please remember, this isn't a garage. This isn't a professional paint booth. But thanks for watching. Later.